and we're up and at 'em.
We
New
might.
York,
Oh,
New York Vinnie's wearing his Seattle Seahawks sweatshirt and his red hat.
well, it
I'm
is the Super Bowl coming up right
he's
this
got
weekend.
he's got snow. I've got rain in L.A. and we say
Yeah,
good morning to
how bad
you.
is the rain there, and what's happening?
It's light rain.
Good, because you know Northern California is drenched.
They are washing away.
I think they're having like a derecho or whatever they call it now. You got to learn all these new names for weather.
It's Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I mean atmospheric river. You got show. You got that. I don't. I just like a heavy rainstorm.
It's a thunderclap Newman rainstorm.
That tells you exactly what's going on. Heavy rainstorm. Heavy rains are coming down. Who cares if it's a derecho or if it's an atmospheric river or if it's a Tarundama or a Gidis,
It's a
whatever it is.
it's a pineapple mango sunny day train storm.
Sunny afternoons just feel so warm inside. Name
Oh,
it and claim it.
that's a dream. Stick it in wind, name it and claim it.
Yep, name it and claim it. Sunday will never be the same. Same gang, 1967, I believe. I have to keep this in my brain because I find that I'm getting into a space where I'm forgetting things. It took me like 5 minutes to remember this now to put something up on YouTube.
But did you remember that you forgot it, or did you just forget it and didn't remember that you ever knew it?
Uh, uh, I remembered it after a couple of minutes, but it took me, 2 minutes to like, how the hell do you put something up here? Oh, yeah, that's right. You hit this button, and then once I saw it, I
You do
got
the thing.
I had it, no
You
problem.
do the thing. I said, did you do the thing?
I did the thing. I could show you what I put up there if you want, but it's about the car I'm driving. It's driving this week. By the way, Michael, he's Michael Knight. We didn't even do
Introduce
our intro.
ourselves.
He's Michael Knight, and he is down in beautiful Pasadena, California.
Where it's raining this morning. He's in New York, Vinny, getting over the snow in Seattle. We're both victims of the pineapple mango train wreck across the Pacific that brought us all this weather to California and the West Coast. Not
We
like the
are
Northern
we're
California's really
victims.
got getting hit.
We're victims of weather stance.
It's raining over here.
Snowing over here. Well, stop snowing. But again, people don't know how to drive in the snow here. So it was a virtual skating rink.
But Vinny, it snows every year. When are they going to learn?
I don't know. A virtual skating rink this morning on 405, where they had
Black ice.
accidents in like the space of downtown Bellevue. And it's one simple thing. People just they want to drive with speeds in the snow.
You can't do it. You got to drive for conditions. You must drive
Yeah,
20 miles an hour or less.
yeah. You want to drive 60 miles an hour in the snow. I mean, you should be doing 35.
I
Tops.
went to I went to stop and I couldn't stop. And whose fault is that?
Yeah, well, it could be because you were doing 60 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and you know he's the guy that's going to say, or the woman that's going to say, well, geez, this guy was going 60, so I guess I 62
I should go
or
70.
60
Why,
also.
why, why should I get to work later than he?
Right. Perfect day when you have an excuse down, stop for coffee, take it easy. Nobody's gonna get on your case if you're not there at 9 o'clock
That's what you
or
should
whatever.
do. Stop for coffee and enjoy the coffee or coffee.
Yeah, enjoy your coffee, and then carry on your way at miles an hour. But luckily, I am in possession of a nice car this week. The CX-50, and I drove it yesterday in the snow, and it handled a little hill on my block. It handled the hill nicely, all-wheel drive, hybrid. So it was a good ride. It was a
Ticks
nice
all the
ride.
boxes. Thank you, Mazda, for a nice offer.
We
Vinny thanks you as well.
appreciate we appreciate your your car, and you're letting us use it for a week. Um, what we're all about is cars, girls, and
And Buddy Holly.
and but yes, we were Buddy Holly in it this morning. We were trying to come up with a well,
We're
here's what
writing new Trump related lyrics to Not Fade Away.
right. I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. Bup, 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 bup. You're
You're
going
gonna give old Gaza to me.
bup, 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 bup,
And Gaza laugh more than one day. Boom, boom,
bup,
boom, boom.
bup,
You
bup,
got beachfront property going your way. Boom, boom,
bup,
boom,
bup,
boom,
bup,
boom.
bup, bup.
Yeah, it's a good song. Donald Trump just keeps opening his mouth every day. He thinks that he's impervious to any backlash.
Well, he
But
is.
this time, it's time for him to get into the Middle East and find out where the world's biggest quagmire exists. You've stepped into quagmire hither and thither, but you've never stepped into a quagmire like the Middle East. My
I'm going
advice is
to
go.
say something. I'm going to
Go,
shock.
Donald. Yep.
I'm going to say something. I don't know if it's nice about Donald Trump, but he certainly isn't afraid to say what's on his mind.
There's nothing on his mind. That's just shit that's rattling out.
But he's I don't know that he's so dumb that he says it, or
Now
he
you
just
got it.
or he
Now you
has
got
these
it.
ideas and just out without any filter. And I mean, did you see the look on his staff yesterday when he talked about Gaza? She had the look on her face like, oh,
Here we go.
oh fudge.
But the guy you have to give an award for his stoic reaction to it is Vinnie Netanyahu, because he has no idea what Trump's doing. Hey, I came here and I was going to tell you to do this, and you were going to do it, and then we were going to be fine. Now you come up with this fakakna nonsense. What am I supposed to say when I get home?
Well,
Don't go home.
well, it's like when I flew over here, we were two-state solution. When I'm flying back, we're talking about Trump
Hotel.
International Beirut, Trump International Gaza.
It's going to look like Atlantic City, except not quite so dumpy.
Yeah,
Give it time. This will be a Trump.
it's like Atlantic
production.
City now.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the pictures, when you see the pictures of poor people and what they have to go back to,
There's
I mean, it
nothing
just
there.
breaks your freaking heart, man.
It's so destroyed that what would be your first step? How are you going to level it? How are you going to clean it? How are you going to get to the position where you can even put up a tent?
They say if we sent the Corps of Engineers into Gaza to clean it up, it could take as much as 20 years
I believe it. That's what I was going to say. 20 years to fix it.
to make it so that you could build them.
Yeah, you can't put.
I
in
may be
sewers,
wrong,
you can't
but
put
what
in
are you gonna
electricity. You can't
what
put
are you
in
going to do with all
internet.
those people for 20 years?
Well, our solution was we're going to send them to other states in the Middle East, and Jordan and Saudi Arabia immediately come up and say, "We love the Palestinians. We support them thoroughly. They cannot come here. We don't want them. You can keep them."
Well, that's it. Is that unfortunately, sadly wants these people. I mean,
But
this is
there's a place
of the United
close
States.
by that we're not using much of. Wyoming. We don't use Wyoming. Some people live there, but only a couple thousand. But the Palestinians in Wyoming.
If you promise not to eat cats,
Well, I'm not going to put too many conditions on it because nobody's coming. But sure, whatever you say.
you have to promise not to eat the cats. If we send you to Wyoming, we don't want that to happen again.
Actually, the cats there are pretty good size. I think the Palestinians might be on the other end of that eating frenzy.
Could be a week of meals off of one cat.
It was
A week
delicious.
could go a whole summer.
They were a little chewy at first, but we got used to it. Palestinian meat, yay.
Yeah. I yeah, I just wonder every day at what this guy is doing, and some of the stuff is really disturbing, and some of the stuff is laughable. but he's got he's got so many people in this country afraid of him.
And those are the people who are supposed to love him. The people who support him have to be the most fearful of him.
Well, yeah, right now you'd say that all those cops that supported him that were around January 6th.
Oh, they're still with him.
You think so?
Got a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
work.
they
The
probably
cops,
are.
cops got a lot of work to do when all the refugees from Gaza go to Wyoming.
Well,
They got police work to do.
are they going to have a vote on this? Are they going to put up like polling booths, and are they going to ask the Gazan the people of the Palestinians? Okay, what do you want?
No, that would be counterproductive, and we haven't got time. We're looking for a quick answer with unintended consequences that will go on for generations.
See, you can't understand, can't seem to understand. They wouldn't want that. That it's so ridiculous to think. Not everybody wants a casino in their backyard or a resort, or I think if you want to give them something, give them self determination, give them the chance to get this thing figured out on their that kind of stuff.
But who's going to park the cars? You got to have guys parking the cars at the casinos. Come on,
Well,
the perfect
you're
job
going to
for
have
Microsoft.
all those guys and women helping you out. From the Palestinians don't know how to drive cars, and let's face it, they can drive cars through obstacle courses.
Well, there's a certain comedic value to seeing a Palestinian with no driving experience try to park a Lamborghini. You got to admit that's going to be some good humor. That's professional level humor right there.
Yeah, it's going to be worth seeing. Well, we'll never see it. I mean, we'll be gone long before anything gets built there, except
Well,
cities.
you see what condition it's in. Netanyahu said, "Well, we're done. We're done. It's up to you. Ball's in your court, Donald. There's a little rubble, not what I would call a lot, but there's a little rubble. You take care of that, and in 20 years, you got something."
And riddle me this, Joker. Why are not the Israelis in this fix up?
Oh no, they don't have any hammers. All their hammers were taken in the war. Can't help. Love
I
to.
mean, not for
They'd
nothing.
love to help.
Don't the Israelis have an obligation here? I mean, they bombed the crap out of the place. We
And keep
bombed
in
the crap
mind,
out of Germany in World War II, and then we helped them.
Jesus, who was the most famous Jew that they have in Israel, was a carpenter. You think he could help? Think he's got a legacy of helping and building?
Hey, a guy named Jesus brought my breakfast this morning from Starbucks.
Jesus?
Yeah, well, it said Jesus is bringing you a breakfast, and I
Well,
just thought I saved the screenshot. I thought that's.
and
I
your
always
comment
thought it
was,
would be the other way around.
and when he got there, he said, Jesus.
Jesus. Oh man. But yes, it is. It's insane.
So Trump yesterday said to Netanyahu, yesterday they were all over me because I'm getting rid of the Department of Education. Wait till they get a load of this. A load of what? Wait for the cameras. You'll see. I got a plan. I got a plan. And if he thinks he has a plan, that would be the first time he's ever come up with a plan. He's not a planning guy. He doesn't plan. He just shoots from the hip, shoots wildly.
Yeah, and then wants to come up with the plans. And
Ready, shoot, aim.
you can't have a plan, and you can't title of the plan and have nothing under the title. You have to have
It's a
a
big
plan.
deal. And Don Jr. is going to manage the Gaza reconstruction.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's going to work out of a mobile home, with a hard hat and a sharp pencil and a bunch of blueprints all rolled up.
Oh, those poor Palestinian people. First, they get the crap bombed by the Israelis, and now they're going to get Trump, and now they're going to get Donald Trump Jr.
And he's going to do his
It's
show
going to
out
be
of it.
lines to convert to Judaism.
Shouldn't you be building something? Yes, but I have a podcast every morning. Podcast is called The Gaza Report. And in 20
Oh
years,
my God!
we're going to really have something. I thought we had
My
something.
God! I mean, it's just. Excuse my yawning. I haven't slept 2 nights.
No sleep at all.
Yeah,
I know
a
that
little
feeling.
light sleep last night. Nothing
Yeah, in
solid.
my old age, I'm dealing with sleep problems too. I don't know why. I've always been a sleeper. I could just put my head down and bong, I'm gone. And
Yeah,
now it's not the case.
yeah. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but it certainly isn't. It isn't. Uh, yeah, it doesn't feel good, man. Because
It's your internal clock saying, "Don't go to sleep." Trump's president. Anything it should get hit the fan anytime. Don't go to sleep. Don't be unaware.
so I don't know what it is, but good God, man, 2 nights now. I'm only going to fall asleep tonight.
Well, I think the level of anxiety is just about as high as it can be because with the anxiety and the natural concern for for the nature and the future of our country is the mad aspect of it. It's not none of this is normal. None of this is right, and it's perfect that our plan for Gaza would entail under normal conditions the very government agency that they shut down earlier in the week, USAID.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as we need the FBI and the CIA, they won't be working for us either.
Yeah, the CIA, I guess, put in a mass. Um, they offered him a mass buyout or something. I saw.
Well, if I were the CIA, I would just say, yeah, we all quit. We're done. We're not CIA anymore. You can trust us. We don't spy on anybody. So go about your business. We don't work. We're not active, and just be the dark power behind the
And
throne.
you think it'll be how long before we terrorists crawling all over everything that they can possibly crawl over? Anybody who wants to destroy us.
That was 35 minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're taking into account. That worries me is that they seem to have this vision. If we spread enough money around, um, people will love us. And they don't understand that the hate goes much deeper than just
Trump says,
money.
I told ISIS, no more fucking around. I told you guys, that's it, no more. That's your last warning, and go to your homes. Go quietly to your homes. It's all been taken care of. No more animosity between us. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it. The game's over.
Yeah, well, I don't know how that's going to work out. There seems to be a lot of people, and I can't imagine that they said, "Oh well, the Israelis stop bombing us now, so you
We're
know
good.
we're
We're
good,
happy.
we're good. We get to walk back to our we get to walk back a bunch of uh, rubble.
I'd like to know where the
Walk
hostages
back
have
to
been.
something that doesn't exist anymore. I mean, we didn't have a lot, but we had a kitchen table and a refrigerator and a bed,
Had a place to tie up the donkey.
and a place to kneel down every day and pray. We had now, if you kneel down and try to kneel down and pray here, you get nails in your knees.
You just can't find a good place to kneel. It's not there anymore like it used to be.
I mean, I used to know that if excuse me,
Gesund. Gesundheit.
I used to know that house on the corner that I'm facing Mecca. But now I go and I look, I don't know which way. It's all just rubble. Where do I go? Which way do I face?
Mecca's in abeyance. We're going to figure out where it is later. It's somewhere. We don't exactly know where. It's got to be somewhere. We'll figure it out.
It's the craziest thing.
Crazier than praying 5 times a day? That's pretty fucking crazy.
Well,
Do you have to do all five, or can you do 3 out of 5, or can you do 1 out of 5 if you're having a busy
I
day?
don't I don't
What
know.
if you have what
Somehow
if you have the flu? What if you have the flu and you don't feel like it? Do you have to pray that 5 times?
in my of and you know it's funny because I've learned more of Muslim culture from the 90-day fiance than I think I've learned from anywhere because
Just
for
don't say
some
that out
reason
loud.
what
Just don't say that out loud.
but it's true. I mean, there's several women who have fallen in love with men,
Have they had their
and
clitoris removed?
there always seems to be problems with it, and you learn about what the tradition are. Now I don't know if 5 times a day or three, or if you're allowed to not pray when you're sick. I get the feeling that you prayed what, but that's just me. I'm not too sure, but certainly, Mikey. It's
Do these ladies make reasonable girlfriends, or are they troublesome?
well, it's troublesome because they don't want to adhere to the Muslim edicts. Cover up your
Cover
cover
up
up
your
your
tushy.
head. No part of your body should be showing.
What
They're
about your
not
tushy
buying it.
on a 90-day lingerie or whatever it's called? Aren't
90
they
Day
always?
Fiance.
Aren't they? They aren't wearing their bikinis by the pool all day long.
No, well, some of them are, but not the ones in the countries. If you're over there,
You're just stranded in the desert.
you have to, adhere to their customs,
Ah, coffee.
or
Can
else
you can we have
somebody,
coffee?
I don't know who, maybe the mullah, or whoever it is, the priest, the leader of the neighborhood, probably gets pissed off and calls you in. Says, "Hey, what's going on here?
Just because you're making a TV show doesn't mean that you can go to your bikini to the beach and
Yeah,
not
we
pray
got we
five
got
times a
ways
day.
we do things here." Well, my wife is from America. Well, that's even more.
That's worse.
That's worse. Hell, you go get married. There's plenty of Muslim women here that want to get married. Going to America for? Well, if I could marry one, no, no. But they continue to do it. I mean, I see it every season on 90 Day Fiance. They go and they do it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Now, do you get the fiance for 90 days, or do you have 90 days to get the fiance? Which is it?
You have 90 days to get married and get the visa to get them in the country, get them into this country.
Do you win a prize? Do you get like a Chevrolet or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm interested in finding out what the financial arrangement is on that show. If they're paying those people I must be paying them something. Something. It can't just be that it's making them TV stars
SAG after minimum.
or social media stars. No, I don't think the union is involved. I do know that the studio that they do the tell-all in is in Long Island City. I figured that out just by where just hold on. I know the building that it's in. And it's just a nondescript building down in Long Island City. And that's where they do that's where the studio is. There's I guess they have a studio they rent everybody else.
And it faces Mecca.
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe when the Muslim people are there, I doubt it because I don't see nobody stands up and prays on the tell-alls.
It doesn't face Mecca. That faces Darien, Connecticut. Now, get it right.
Well, I don't know if Darien, Connecticut faces Mecca or not. That's what you don't know because Mecca is all the way around the world. So who knows when you're facing a certain way.
As they say in Tony Soprano land, I got your Mecca for you right here.
Well, and that's their thing. They want to. That's how they celebrate, or that's how they induct their religion. I'm not. That's their thing. Uh, I mean, no, I don't, I don't, I don't like it when somebody, says something to me because I go into a building and take a piece of bread, stick it in my mouth, and say, you know,
The
that,
body of Christ.
that I'm getting the body of Christ in my
That's your
mouth.
body of Christ right here.
So anyway, did you see that the National Football League has declared an end to
And into what?
racism?
Oh, well, they
And
on the back of their helmets they have been saying end racism, so I guess they finally ended it.
well, I'm going to end it for this Sunday because they're not those end racists are not going to be on the back of the NFL helmets.
That's the end of the end racism. It's ended. It's over.
So it must have ended, or maybe it could be that Donald Trump sent the word.
It's over. I heard about your
Take
racism
that
thing. Tell
crap
them it's
off.
over. Take that. Yeah.
And that's his words, not mine. But you better take that stuff off. I could almost hear him saying it. That's so.
That's done. That's DEI.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I don't think those things difference. I'm one of those people just because you wear a shirt or you put something on your helmet, you have to practice it. If you're not practicing it, you're not ending anything.
Well, it's a concept too. It may not be an action that's taken and begins on a Tuesday and you're done with it on a Friday. It's an ongoing generational awareness that racism does exist, and the NFL says it shouldn't. So let's end it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have something that they do or something they do to end racism. Um, I don't know that. Well, it's a clear indication to me that the George Floyd era is over. That black letter signs and all of the things like that.
So those cops in Milwaukee that killed him, they can get out of prison now. They get
No,
released.
it was Minneapolis, but they have their share in Milwaukee too of cops that like to and ask questions later. Um, no, it doesn't mean they get out. They committed a crime, real crime.
Because no matter
Unless
how much things have changed since Donald Trump was president, George Floyd is still dead.
I don't think he can give George Floyd a pardon. I don't think that's going to work, Michael.
No, he's
Uh,
not. He's just not taking calls.
if he only could, that'd be something to see. If he could give George Floyd a pardon from what he's gone through, then good God, man, I'd be standing up and saying, "Let Trump be the dictator, the ruler. Let him do what he wants to do."
So can't we all get along? That won't be the question asked, will it?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Well, the Rodney King era, any time ago.
So
But
the answer to his question, can't we all get along, is no, we cannot. Thanks for asking.
I think,
What about the NFL? Yeah, they get along if they win. They don't get along so well when they lose.
yeah, I think that's an interesting question. I think that's a question that needs to be examined. It won't be examined under this administration, but are we getting along better? Some will say we are. Some will say the fact that you can go to a site in Manhattan and see Manhattan working next to white people. The fact that they were talking morning on CBS about the let me see if I can pull his name up here real quick. One of the Tuskegee Airmen just away this weekend, and he said something before he died that struck me. Harry Stewart Jr. died of at 100. Um, He's among the last surviving airmen of the all-black unit of the Army Air Forces in World War II, and who, after being denied a civilian career in aviation, made a late turn to the skies. He died on Sunday in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, and said that he was getting on an airplane not so long ago, I guess, less than 10 years ago, and he looked inside the cockpit, and he saw two black women piloting a plane. And he said he started to cry. And I thought that was
Thought he'd never see it in his lifetime. Never even imagined it.
they wouldn't let him pilot a plane at the commercial airlines. I mean, and listen, you have that nitwit from Trump's press secretary that said the other day, well, how do you feel when you get in a plane and you see a black pilot? How do I feel when I get in a car and I see a black driver in an Uber or a taxi cab? How do I feel when a black person comes over to do some construction work on my house?
Or as your waiter in a restaurant.
Or as my waiter? Exactly. How do I feel? How do you feel? Doesn't bother me.
How do you feel when it's the cop coming to your door?
Usually scared. I mean, I never get upset when a cop comes to my door. I've had him come to my door.
I bet you have.
I have to tell you the story quick. First apartment I ever got was over on Laurel Boulevard in Woodside, and
Woodside, California?
no, it is in Woodside, New York, Queens. I took this apartment. My brother and I think we're 16-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And we got this apartment. You know what goes on in a 16-year-old's apartment. Somebody's bringing over the 89 Rupert Knickerbockers, and there's a little pot smoking going on, and. And so we're up late. We got the music blast, people going in and out. All of the things that would cause you to get thrown out of a building, which we eventually. At one point, this Friday night, a cop comes to the door, and this friend of mine who is no longer with us. He died of an overdose when he was 18.
So he doesn't answer the door anymore.
He answers the door, and it says, somebody. And he says, we didn't, and he closes the door.
We didn't make any complaint. It's not too loud if you ask us.
We didn't call. Anyway, it just reminded me of that one of the insane times in my life. That, but no, I've never been a person that. But listen, I'm not black. I don't live in a certain neighborhood. I don't have the reason to fear a cop coming to my door, except. The reason that we all had to fear a cop coming to our door in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, if we had anything, if we were doing some kind of drugs, if something like that was going on,
we got a problem.
Yeah, then you feared the cop coming to your door. Then you were like,
that's what the peephole's for. You can look out, but you do not open.
Right. Doesn't mean you didn't fear it, though. Still the fear was there that, oh, crap. When they saw more than one cop,
Yeah.
then you had to be worried
Yeah. They're coming
because then
through.
you thought that they were there to toss you. That you were there, that they were there to
Bring the proceedings to a halt.
yeah, to stop whatever was going on. Somebody got a complaint. Somebody complained in the neighborhood. Somebody, because it's the only way they ever really found. I mean, it's not like they went up and down this for you. It usually had to be somebody calling and saying just a lot of activity going on in and out of that house at night. Geez, from 6 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, man, people coming over.
They're opening the door, they're closing the door, they're saying hello, they were walking in the hall.
Yeah,
They're loud in the street.
yeah, and yeah, that was the dead giveaway. But so no, I never had. The only time I had I mean, that was the fan that somebody was going to that they were going to come and they were going to be looking for something, and I was going to have something, and there was something.
This is what we were looking for. It's
Exactly what we
funny
were
that
looking
you had
for.
some.
Absolutely amazing. But you don't have that anymore because number one, I don't do that. Number two, pot is legal now,
Yep.
so they can't. You can have all of it you want, right? I guess you can't have tons of it.
I don't know what the rule is on quantity.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Personal use type of thing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure exactly what the rule is. I'm sure it varies by state. Uh, Adults 21 and over can purchase up to 1 ounce of usable marijuana, 16 ounces of edibles in solid form, 72 ounces in liquid form, and 7 grams of marijuana concentrate.
Well, there you go. They're still selling it by the ounce.
Now, retailers in some states retail more than 1/8 of an ounce. So there's your how much can I have? I mean, but I haven't heard of any cops busting somebody from pot.
Let's weigh your purchase.
Yeah, let's see how much exactly got hit. Now I've seen people, or I've heard of people who have growing pot that have gotten busted.
Illegal cultivation.
Right, there seems to be a lot of them up and I guess no, and down in Oregon and probably here in Washington State. That's why when you see a road off the road, you're probably better off not taking it.
But you could.
You could, certainly could. You certainly could take that road, but it would be it could be a problem for you.
I understand there was a workplace shooting in Ohio, and I don't know the details of it because what would normally be the lead story of the day is about 10 stories from the top of the page due to the monster insanity of Donald Trump and the dark, nefarious, odious men who work with him.
Yeah, I think it was is Saint Albans, Ohio. Yeah, they arrested somebody. Ohio warehouse house. Um, New Albany is which I guess is near Columbus.
I was going to bet on Zanesville, but I would have lost.
Zanesville's a quiet place. I've been to Zanesville a number of times.
There's a lot of trouble in the warehouses there, though. A lot of bad feelings.
Well, the problem is warehouses anymore in Zanesville.
See?
There used to be a lot
telling
of
you they're up in arms. They're upset there.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Is there just hasn't been um, uh,
Did we put a
a
tariff on the warehouses?
well. That's one of the things I wondered about. Is are these warehouses that are left there going to suffer from parts not being able to come in from China?
From any place.
I mean,
Try to get T-shirts from Panama or mucklucks from Iceland or Greenland.
I was just watching a um, I was just watching the documentary on Iceland yesterday. That
How's the
was
music
interesting.
scene in Reykjavik?
I don't. Well, it seems to be. I mean, there's a lot of cool culture there. It's just getting to it is
It's
kind of
the
tough because it's always
Reykjavik.
freaking cold.
Reykjavik is the Austin, Texas of the Great North.
They have a church in Reykjavik that you could go up in the tower, and you could see three quarters of all the people that live from that tower.
Well, that's a homey feeling, I guess.
And they, I guess they eat like shark that tastes like ammonia.
I would put that off as long as I could.
Yeah,
Did,
it doesn't
did,
sound like the culinary treats there.
did they have cheeseburgers until the fish is done, or do we get the smell out of it or something?
I don't know. I know that the Rick Steves documentary was. Hey, Mikey, you want to win a car? Um, watching the Super Bowl?
Sure. What do
Kia.
I have to do? Kia's giving away a car?
Kia's away 4 cars.
To
Um,
whom? What do I have to do?
well, they're doing a thing called Kia Squares. So now when you hang out in a bar, everybody always has the football squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Well, no, it's different than squares, but you put your money on the score at the end of the quarter. If it matches the number of square you have, you win the money. They're going to do pretty much the same thing. Uh, it's you can kiasquares.com and their TikTok channel and their Instagram channel to pick their square on this on grid. And the last digit of each team score at the end of each quarter determines the winning square. The square wins will be entered into a random drawing for a chance to drive home in a brand new Kia. Well, here's my question. What do you do our home already?
Home Alone.
Do you have to be out of the house? Now, I mean, they're 4 nice cars. I mean, EV9 is a great car. The Telluride X Pro, great vehicle. GT line EV6, high performance electric, and their new K5ET, which is their commitment to the car.
So
So,
if I guess the correct score after one quarter, and I'm one of 10,000 people who guess the correct score, there's a drawing out of those 10,000.
if your square wins, which would mean that you guessed the correct. Let's see, the last digit of each team's score at the end of each quarter determines the winning square. So if you get number 8 and the score is 18 at the end of the quarter, you get put in the hopper, and then it's a drawing from the names in that hopper. Now, it's exciting. It gives people something to. Your chances of winning that car are pretty slim.
They're rather slim. Slim is the word I was going to use.
Yeah, slim, none. But no, none because you never know. If you're not in it, you can't win it, right? So
You cannot win if
if
you
you're
get
home
not.
alone this Super Bowl Sunday, what the heck? If you want to drive your Kia, put your name in there, and let's grid opens at 12 a.m. on February 4th and closes at 5:30 on February 9th. So today is a day
The
that you
fifth.
could go right to Kia.
Today's the 5th, right? Yes.
Yeah. Kia Squared.com. It's open right now. So you can have so are you going to it right now?
Yeah.
Because I'd say join that, Michael. I'd say that would be a pretty good thing. And listening to us on Instagram, which we broadcast on Instagram, just go right over to. Well, don't go until the show's over. It'll
Okay.
break my heart if you go before the show's over. But go to squares.com or go to Kia's Instagram page or Kia's TikTok page if that's the way you.
And Kia will award a dealership, the first dealership in Gaza, to someone who is supportive of their plans there.
Now, if you want to get awarded a dealership right now, you should see the Nissan. They would be the most likely to award you a dealership because their deal with Honda that was supposed to save Nissan is off. So that'll be
Wow.
that. Yeah, Honda pulled out of that thing,
Was
or
it a
maybe
prop?
Nissan pulled out.
Was it a problem with the European Union or someone, or did the principals decide they couldn't merge?
I think Honda wanted control of Nissan,
Nissan, not going to happen.
and Michael, I know we're talking a lot about cars this morning, but I'm going to give you this because well, one, I love you, and two, I think this news will make you. Let me just dig it up here a second. But yes, um,
The answer is yes.
it looks. Yeah, the answer is yes. The question is, Leon Musk's like whiskers is Leon Musk politics costing him? Not that he probably cares, but the answer is yes. The company's sales are sliding in Europe.
As they
Yeah,
should.
Musk is a guy that's trying to get his nose in their business in Europe. They say, why do you have this guy over here busting our balls, America? Doesn't he
Keep,
live there?
keep this tramp at home.
So, but yeah, European countries all over the European Union, taxes are down by as much as 20%.
Man, I see a lot
And
of Teslas in LA.
hey, could you imagine if everybody that had a Tesla just parked it and said, "I'm not going to drive"?
It would be a boon to the traffic of the 134 connection to the 101.
Yeah. I mean, so many Teslas that yeah, you would see something. But if the people that didn't like it just talked with their pocketbooks, like Europeans are, I don't. But see, that's the thing. I think he's too. I mean, he's the richest guy in the world. So is he going to worry if you stop buying Teslas? He's made his money already. I mean, I would safely say he could have off the interest for 200 or 300 years,
Easily.
even if he had it in nondescript bonds. Or nondescript bombs.
I think you had it right. You had it right. That's the kind that they use to level Gaza. What kind of bombs we're using here? Ooh, nondescript. Y'all gonna love it.
Oh my God, my God. Some days, some days, some days,
But
my head puffed up.
but the rest of the world was saying just last week, Trump is dismantling the federal government. This is going to be good for us in the long run. Now he's meddling in affairs all over the planet, and they're saying this is not going to be good for us. Go back
Well,
to the who's going to take him out? Hezbollah.
well, I can't imagine that Hitler went over well. Places like Germany and England. I mean, you could say it wasn't, but it looked like it. And I just, I mean, I think he's
It's a
disturbed.
madhouse. It's a madhouse.
I
Yes,
think
he's
he's
terribly
disturbed.
disturbed. And this is the
Uh,
madness of King Donald.
but I don't disagree with having somebody go in and look at these systems and say we're wasting money here, we're wasting money there.
Yeah, but says who?
But
Says
it's
who?
got to be a certain way. It's got to be done uh, a way that's constitutional, a way that says that we are taking a serious, 8 engineers running through an office and firing everybody.
Funny thing is, this is going to be all decided in the courts. The courts are going to be busy. The courts are going to be jam packed. It's going to be chock a block. But everything that he's doing is extra legal. Will be shut down, and we will save ourselves by the structure of our rule of law.
Yeah, they're also. I saw something this morning of Judge Doobie Doobie Doo Doobie Doobie Doo, and it seemed that a judge put a permanent injunction on the birth. I saw that this morning. Federal judge put a permanent injunction on the birthright madness that Trump decided to
Foist on us on day one.
foist on us. And the only thing that means is that now there's families who are going to have their parents ripped away, right?
Yeah, the children are citizens,
Children
but
can
the
stay
parents have
because
to
they were
go.
born here, but the parents have to go back to wherever it is.
They're just going to send everybody to El Salvador. It turns out they're taking everybody.
Yeah, just who do you call it? Romero is down there making pictures again with
It's like
Carmen Miranda.
how England started Australia. They just sent all the prisoners for
Yeah.
starters.
Oh, Mr. Coochie Coochie, who, Mr. Coochie? They're gonna have nightclubs, and the German guy, what's his name, that plays the waiter all the time, or he played Lou Gehrig's father in Pride of the Yankees. He played the waiter in Casablanca. He's a portly German guy.
How much? Such much. Oh, such much? That
Yeah,
one? Yeah,
yeah.
that guy.
How much is much? Such much. He's got the glasses and at his name, but he's going to be down there as the waiter drinking glasses on his tray, while Caesar and Carmen do a show at night.
Don't forget Xavier Cugat. He'll be here at midnight. He says he's bringing the whole review with him. It's going to be
Bringing
coochie
everybody in, man. They landed at the airport. Ask the rebels that are on their way in.
Where do you guys play
Daddy
next week?
Guevaro's dog.
We're playing Gaza City. We're playing all the Trump casinos there.
First people to play in Gaza City. Well, I can't imagine if they take a vote of the people in Gaza that it's going to come up that they want a Trump Resorts International on their coastline. But You never know, Mikey.
Chances are pretty much against it, but I know what you mean, Vinny. There's the
You
realm
never
of
really know,
possibility.
do you? I mean, they voted for it in Atlantic City. Well, let me tell you something. In the 70s, there were parts of Atlanta that looked like Gaza does now.
Yeah.
So you're either going to create a world-class resort with a 300-story hotel,
Or a rather
or
infamous dumping ground.
a large dumping ground. You'll be where jitneys will go up and down the streets behind the casinos, and drug addicts will stand on the corners.
Well, name one thing that Trump has seen broken and fixed it ever.
I don't know.
I don't believe we can do that. I don't believe we can come up with an example of something that Donald Trump has fixed. It was broken. He saw it, came up with a plan, and fixed it.
What was there? There was something in his first administration he did with prisoners. Wasn't
Squeezing them between big
were
rocks.
Kardashian involved in it?
Didn't he introduce new methods of execution?
Yeah, I think Kardashian was one of the Kardashians was involved in it. So anyway, well, I got today.
The NBA, by the way, has asked the Kardashians to stop dating players. No more players from the NBA. Pick another sport. Get a soccer player, get a football player, but no more guys from the NBA. It just plays havoc with their game. The Kardashian influence, no good for points or extra free throws or fouling out.
Well, your guy is in town. Your guy Doncic, right?
He's here.
He's an LA Laker. He's in LA today. He's still recovering, but he's in LA.
He's in LA. They're looking at his calf. That's something you should look at before the trade. I'll point that out, but it's too late now.
Well, I guess they figure it's going to be all right. His calf will.
The guy who was never able to finish a whole season because of health concerns was Anthony Davis. He never played a full season. There was always something wrong with that guy.
What possessed the Mavericks to? I mean, it seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, because I don't follow the NBA as much anymore as I used to. What was the reason that LA the Mavericks gave for trading him?
They didn't like Doncic's conditioning, his commitment to staying in shape and making the weight and taking care of himself was noticeably absent from their.
Well, there's a Planet Fitness on every court in LA, so he'll be able to.
I rest my case.
Work out.
Yeah.
I can't believe that in Dallas you had all those barbecue places.
Barbecue workouts.
Yeah, in LA, I mean, he's going to get help. Going to have a personal trainer. He's going to have people around him that are not going to let him eat.
We're going to get him a life coach.
That's it. I'm just the person for him. I know exactly who I'm going to call the Lakers office this morning and recommend her. All right, Mike. What do you say we hook it up on Friday once again for another edition of
a fractious, freaky
two guys with hats.
Have a good time, Vinny, and stay out of the snow, stay warm, get rid of your scratchy throat, and all will be well by Freaky Friday.
Let's hope so. Until then, I'm going to tell you how it's going to be.
Going to Slovakia, you and me.
Go to Slovakia, you and me. See you on Monday, on Friday, I should say, if the Lord's willing, the creek don't rise, man. Have a good weekend. What am I thinking? It's Friday. Have a
freaky Wednesday.
Have a freaky Wednesday. Peace, love, Jeffits, man.
What a wine. See you, man.
All right, see you, Mikey. That's us, man. Mikey and Vinnie. We'll see you on Friday morning, 10:10. Be here or be square. Does that work? No, I don't know. I'm not. See ya. Thank you for listening, by the way.